Hello and welcome to my veteran Maelstorm arena guide. This is a guide for the average player by an average player, and we're currently up to round 8, another nasty round. Now this round is one of my more buggier rounds. I seem to have a lot of skills jam up here, a lot of health desyncs, and a few people tell me that they have the same issues here. So hopefully it doesn't happen to you, and if it does, don't be discouraged, just keep at it, you'll get through. Now the ebb and flow of the rounds in this stage will consist of trash mobs followed by generally a lurcher at the end of each round. Now the trash will consist of mages, two-handers and healers. I prioritise the healer above all others. Purely because I find that if I'm DPSing a mage or a two-hander, if there's two healers up, it can heal the mob that I'm attacking to full health, and I've just blown 5-10 seconds with no result. So I have a tendency to burn the healers as quick as possible. Generally they'll spawn close together sometimes, so you can just AoE them down. You also get fire bugs and fire atros spawn. Generally you can AoE them down with the lurcher just by popping soul tether. It's very good, keeps you healed, burns them at the same time. So your sigil rotation here will definitely be the key to getting a clear on this round. I generally start off with the health regen sigil, and then burn your way through the trash, and then just before the last round boss comes out, take the shield sigil. Now also spawn, knowing where the first spawns are and what's going to spawn there is very important. It's going to help you immensely, so make sure you learn that, and as you die just keep a record of, okay, so what spawned when I died, where did it spawn, how can I get through it. Now when the round bosses spawn, generally it's going to be a lurcher for the first, I think, 2 rounds. One of the 3 totems on the arena will become whole, and you'll be able to attack that totem. You won't be able to attack the boss. It won't take any damage at all until you destroy that totem. So the totem takes priority. We destroy the totem. The boss is generally hot on your heels, and that allows you to generally pop an ult or soul tether or something to keep yourself up, especially if there are trash mobs all joined in with the boss, so it's a very good tip. Now the lurchers have a very nasty melee attack, but we'll get to more of that when we get in there. So as we load in, we immediately position ourselves where the first portals will be spawning in. You'll notice the pillar there spawn as well. So I just take down these atros really quick. They're quite soft, and that allows me to concentrate solely on the two-hander, which goes down quick. 2 healers and a fire mage will spawn. There's the fire attack you will need to interrupt, must interrupt. I take the healers down first and then concentrate on the mage. Now I get a bit cheeky here and leave the mage and work on the two-hander. It works out this time, but I advise not to do that. As you can see, the round boss is out. We need to destroy this totem as it's whole, and when it's destroyed, momentarily the lurcher is stunned and allows us to deal damage to him. That melee attack is horrible. It can reach you from almost halfway across the map. I suggest just shield and just keep DPS on him, keep your AoEs up. Second round, a fire mage will spawn on the edge here. So lay down your AoE and burn him down quickly. There will be fire bugs hot on your heels once you kill him. Remember to interrupt that fire attack because it will kill you very quickly. So we just AoE these bugs down, nothing special, and then move straight on to the healer on the far side. Very quickly to burn these healers down. Again now totems join together, and here we got a large concentration of mobs, so we pop soul tether there as our ult, and keeps us healed up and deals nice damage. As you can see, that melee attack there, he was nowhere near me, it still hits me. Very, very powerful and annoying. So just keep your healing skills up and keep burning down. So here in round 3 is where we get our 2 deaths of the stage. But it starts like any other round. Line up your spawns and burn the healers down first. As you can see, these two-handers are most annoying. They hit like a truck and they take a bit of killing sometimes. Now this is a very quick round, so generally I don't pop an ult here, but if you need to, definitely use Soul Tether here on these two-handers. They're very challenging to say the least, especially if you get stuck a little bit like I did there. Now this is where I die. I get a bit mixed up in the bars here and don't apply enough DPS to the totem, and I don't get on that fire mage quick enough, and as a result I'm down very quickly. But learn from your mistakes and get straight back into it. But that's where you would have obviously taken the shield sigil, and if I had the shield sigil up, I probably would have made it through that last boss on that round. I think we die again here as well, but I won't edit it. I'll just play through it just so you can see how the rotation works. Burning of the healers down first, and as you can see, the heals are quite powerful. You can almost not out DPS them sometimes. It's quite annoying. So yeah, the healers definitely first interrupt them if you can, and then focus on the other mobs. So the totem's back up, and I think I suffer a little bit here from health desync. We get this totem down quickly, and I think we even interrupt the mage here. Yep, we do. But then I get hit by the fire there, and one-shotted me. But as you can see, there's a lot of damage there, and my health, I do believe, was at 2/3 perhaps. Maybe it wasn't a health desync, but yeah, the death seemed quite abrupt. As you can see, I was just checking my health there to make sure it wasn't bugged at all, and I did have food on. But so straight back on the horse, so to speak, and back into it. Definitely interrupt these healers whenever they're doing that. It's just pointless to trying to out DPS them. It's very difficult. So as you can see, there's a rhythm here. I do the same thing over and over. May not be the best way to do it, but as long as you get comfortable in that rhythm, you'll soon find better ways, and it becomes much easier to clear. So here I learned my lesson. I apply dots on the totem and then instantly go to work on the mage to make sure I'm not going to get stuck again, and then we're straight on to the boss. Now the next round is the final round before the stage boss, and it's going to be one of the more challenging rounds of the whole arena, actually, the whole Maelstorm arena itself. So I generally take the shield sigil straight up. I did it here because I've already died too many times and I didn't have a chance at the leaderboard. As you can see, it repels all of the light attacks from the healers back onto the caster. The only thing it doesn't repel is the fire mage's big attack. As you can see, the shield sigil is really OP, keeps us up quite well. Now this round boss, as soon as this totem comes together, lay down your dots and block cast, because she will chain you to her, and she has really nasty fire attacks. That fire breath, flame whip, and the standard. The standard is crazy powerful, and generally after the standard she will try and chain you into it, so you have to be aware of that. She generally is quite soft. She goes down reasonably easy here, but just keep yourself well away from that fire attacks and keep shield up. I was going to swap out a skill here, but chose not to in the end. This is the final round. Now you need to DPS all these 3 totems down very quickly before you can damage the boss. Now I get a little bit jumbled up here. Like I said, my skills get a bit buggy. My light attacks aren't going off like they usually do, but we persevere. Now if your DPS is too slow, like mine was there, a fire mage will spawn. So in this instant I dump my ult onto the boss, then instantly start to burn the ad. So after a certain amount of time, the totems will come together again, and you'll have to DPS them all down very quickly. Strongly suggest putting your dots on one, leaving it, and then DPSing the next. And as you can see, when it all comes together, you can get them down really quickly. So generally, if you did things right first, which I didn't, you can have him down by the second round of totems, but I didn't. So I've got to go through a 3rd round of totems here. Now I take a bit of damage here from the boss, but we just work our way through it. We get stunned. I'm not too worried because the boss is in execute range, so I know that as soon as he's stunned, I'm able to execute him. We just interrupt the mage. We're not looking to kill the mage because he is within execute range, so we just execute the boss and away we go. As always, repair up, and then it's on to stage 9, the Theatre of Despair. Such a lovely place it is too, so I'll see you there.